What's good, y'all? So, this relationship guru slash dating coach guy, Kevin Samuels, passed away at the age of 56. Now, I've been hearing, prior, rumors about him being deceased. But like I said, I don't get caught up in rumors based off of what I see in social media. So I wait. And, that's when reliable sources like actual news outlets put it out that he's deceased. Now, his mother didn't know that he passed away. She found out via social media. That's the worst way to find out that someone you're close to deceased in that fashion. Hey Duncanstein, how are you? And so his mother put out a statement saying that was a terrible thing for social media to put that out. I didn't even know. I hadn't even been notified. She said, all I'm doing is requesting that people pray for us. And so, yeah, I'm going to be really real. Like I said, rest in peace to him. So, yeah, before I give my take on it. So he, from what I've heard, did research on this. He was with a woman that he was having a one night stand with. So he was having like chest pains, and he was telling the woman this he was engaging with intimately. And so, she tried to assist him, and he passed out on top of her. Hey, Brain Blake, how are you? And she called 911 or whatever. And from what I heard, she didn't even know his apartment number, which is odd. You go into someone's apartment and you don't know their apartment number. Probably said she's a nurse. Yeah, she's a nurse. And so, yeah, from what I'm hearing, like I said, this is not confirmed, but I'm hearing a lot of info about this. They're saying that he was possibly drinking, Red Bull with a mixture of Viagra and possibly cocaine. Again, this is just alleged. But if there's any truth to that, I will say that drinking Red Bull, especially excessively, it's not good for you. And I've heard stories of people dying from drinking Red Bull. And as far as the cocaine goes, yeah, nowadays, that shit is cut. I wouldn't, if that there's some truth to that, I wouldn't be shocked if there's fentanyl involved, because a lot of those drugs are being mixed with fentanyl. Now, I'm going to be real with y'all, my opinion, right? Like I said, I've heard of him, and I checked out some of his material prior to his death. And quite frankly, I don't care to listen to another man bashing women for profit and clout. Like, I just don't care to listen to that. And the thing is, he has said a lot of like disparaging things about women, specifically, Black women, saying how if you're over 35 and unmarried, then you're a leftover and you have no value. Yeah, wow, stiff shit like that. And he went viral for telling a woman she's average at best. And he told women, if you're not married at a certain age, right, you're gonna die alone. And the irony of all of this is like, dude, you've been divorced twice. And the fact remains we all die alone, okay? We all die alone. And on top of that, I don't want to be petty, but did this man have a wife before he passed or nah? Cause by that logic, you two died alone. Not only that, you say you're a high value man, but come to find out your name wasn't in that apartment you was renting. You don't own any property. Like, I'm not trying to be funny. It's like, dude, if you're gonna talk shit about women, why don't you live up to the standards that you're placing on other people? Just saying. Brown Blake says, but hardly that woman was average. And there's a lot of average looking people, but my thing is this, that don't stop anyone from getting into a relationship. And as far as age go, as long as you're still on this earth, it's never too late for you to get married or have a successful relationship. I've seen people older that end up getting married. So what he was putting out was false. And it's like, yo, like you're and this is another thing, like I don't understand what's up with these so-called relationship gurus, right? They think they have all the answers to tell you how to have a successful relationship, but they failed their own relationship. Like, at least with someone like Steve Harvey, he's married, so he can tell you and give you advice on how to have a successful relationship slash marriage. Someone like a guy that had been divorced twice giving you advice. And on top of that, he's not married, but he has so much to say about you being a leftover if you're not married at a certain age. Like, this dude is like, okay, he's 56, right? So you're 56 and sir, you're not married. Like, so who are you to tell someone that they're not valuable once they hit a certain age and they're not married yet? That's ridiculous. And he was just putting out a bunch of toxic shit towards women, like, and the way I see it, like, the men and some women who follow him, some of them are just like bitter, right? Bitter, got their heart broken. And let's be real, the manosphere community, they're just misogynists. I'm gonna be real. They're just a misogynist people. They come off very bitter, just bitching about women all day, and it's like, come on. And it's very lucrative to talk shit about women and drag them for clout. Like, you can get famous off of doing that. And the thing is, I don't take none of these people seriously, because the way I see it, this dude is just he was just a Tommy with a fucking tie on. Let's be real. Like, it's like, let's be real about it. Hi, Randy. So it's like, he's no different than any other man that want to clout chase and talk shit about women. for profit. And the thing is, none of these people who claim all this bullshit and have all these standards, none of these people live up to none of this shit when they log off. I mean, where should I begin? Okay, like from what I've heard, right? I've heard like in one of his lives, he talks shit about a woman being a nurse. But dude, I mean, at the end of the day, you laid with a nurse. It's like, if you're gonna talk shit about someone's career field, tell us what you do for a fucking living. Like, outside of talking shit about women and dragging them, trying to make them feel low about themselves because they're not married at a certain age, tell us what you do for a living before you want to drag people's career field. Okay, a fake Kevin Samuels again. All the women clowning my transcendence will purge as nobody's that world will never know. Guess what? I don't need that. These same women will need when they pass. GoFundMe for a funeral. Surfing says, "Hey Surfing, how are you?" She says, "He was a contradiction, Harley. May he rest in peace, but I'm glad that one less black woman hater to deal with." Honestly, I'm just very, when it comes to people like that, I'm very indifferent. I don't wish him bad, but it's like in his lifetime, he dragged the shit out of black women, saying a lot of fucked up shit, and saying, oh, he also, I'm gonna tell you another thing this guy said. He said that black women don't experience domestic violence. I shit you not. And his reason being because he haven't seen it himself. Like, huh? Kobe says, Harley, you say he bashed women, but other women praised him. It's always going to be those types. And this person said, no message one size fit all. If you don't like, you don't have to watch. But the same people complain about him dragging women, drag men who are short and broke. So don't you think women are being fake and hypocritical? First of all, I mean, my thing is this, you're dragging women off the strength that they never been married. And the thing is, he wasn't married either. So it's like, if you're going to talk shit about people and tell them that they're leftovers at a certain age because they weren't married, then that same should apply to you because you're not married as a man. You're not married. You don't have a wife. Just saying. So, and the same women he say they're gonna die alone. Technically, at this point, dude, you died alone, and we're all gonna die alone. That makes no sense to tell someone, "Oh, you're gonna die alone." No shit, we're all gonna die alone. Ain't that how it goes? We're all gonna die alone. We're all gonna meet the same fate. So, you telling someone they're gonna die? Oh, check this out though. Just because just because you're married, don't necessarily mean your significant other going to be there when you die. Just saying. Kobe says he helped many couples. I get that he is not for everyone, but no one is. Again, if I don't agree with something, I'm just not gonna watch you. I'm not one of these people that's gonna bitch about shit. If I feel like what you're saying is some bullshit, I'm not gonna watch you. Period. Kobe says, Harley, I hear you, but the energy he gets makes no sense when you look at what these women say about men all the time, every single day. Well, the thing is, I don't go around complaining about shit. Like, If I feel I need improvement, I just better myself. And a lot of these people who complain about the opposite gender should do the same, men and women alike. Like, instead of sitting around complaining, you should try to do better. And it goes both ways. Again, I don't take none of these so-called relationship experts seriously, because I think a lot of them are full of shit because they don't live up to the standards they tell other people to live by. Like, how can you sit over here fat shame someone when the said woman you were with, I'm not gonna go as far as say she was fat, but I'm just saying, using his logic, he worried about dress size and stuff like that. And it's like, it just trips me out how some of these men come online talking about how what's considered negative, but then they turn around and sleep with the very same women they were just talking shit about. Makes no sense. Let me see. I'm gonna see what Brown Blake said. Brown Blake says, but women drag other women for not being married. Yeah, you shouldn't do that either way. Like, because at the end of the fucking day, just because you're not married at a certain age doesn't mean you're unvaluable and you don't have meaning in life, because everybody's journey is different. I don't agree with this whole, oh, if you're not married at a certain age, your life ain't meaningful and nothing matters. Not even if you got the career that you wanted, you got your education, but the simple fact you don't got a fucking ring in your arm, your fucking ring in your hand, oh, all of a sudden, oh, you're not valuable off the strength of that. That's some bullshit. Because at the end of the day, who gives a fuck about that? My thing is this: if you get married, great. If you don't, that's great too. But I'm so sick of society making it seem like your life is meaningless if you don't get married at a certain age. That's crazy to me. Okay. I'm trying to read all the comments. Exactly, surfing. That's what I'm saying. It's like, if you're going to talk about women, it also applies to you. Seriously. I mean, how can a man that been divorced twice call himself trying to tell you how to get a man? And then not only that, I have an issue of him telling women they should lower their standards. Like, first of all, nobody should lower their standards, whether you're a woman or a man. No one should be lowering their standards. You should want the best. I have an issue with that. Like, come on now. Hold on, I'm gonna drop the link. Hold on. Seriously though, it's like, come on now. And Brian Blake says, okay, Steve Harvey does it all the time. Think like a man. And that was a bunch of double standards, but at least with Steve Harvey, he had a successful marriage. I mean, he has something show for, like, you see Steve Harvey is married to his wife. This Kevin Samuels character, he was not married, yet he has so much to say about other people. Like, come on now. Like, show example. Hi. Hello.
Can you shut up for a second?
You
I
said
didn't
what?
like what you did last week. Yeah, I'm talking to you. Can you shut up for a second?
Excuse me?
Can you shut the fuck up for a second?
What the fuck are you talking about?
You disrespected me last week, bitch. You
How do
let
I?
LA
No,
University disrespect me, ho?
You're disrespecting me.
You let a man to disrespect me, bitch.
Ain't
You
nobody
didn't say nothing to
disrespect
him.
you. Ain't
You
nobody
stupid bitch.
disrespect you. What are you talking about? You came
It was
on
a
my
misunderstanding,
shit.
bitch.
You
I
came
didn't
on
mean it
my
like
shit
that,
talking
hoe.
about stuff. First of
I
all,
didn't
dude,
mean it
I
like
wasn't even
that,
paying
bitch.
attention to what you're saying. You
I
kept
didn't mean it
you
like that,
randomly
bitch.
said,
It was a
oh,
misunderstanding,
I'm going.
bitch.
You
It
said
was a
you went with
misunderstanding,
some
hoe.
chick or some you got a crush on. I'm like, okay.
I
Like,
wasn't doing that to be the disrespectful.
you were being
I thought he
disrespectful. You
was.
coming over here
Hold
about
on.
some
Can you
bullshit.
shut the fuck
You're
up?
not contributing to the
Hey, shut
conversation.
up for a second, bitch. Shut up for a
You
second,
shut
bitch.
the
I'm
fuck
talking.
up,
Shut up, I'm
weirdo.
talking, ho.
You shut the
I'm
fuck
talking,
up.
bitch. Bitch, I'm
Why
talking.
you
Shut
coming
up.
over here with this
Shut the fuck up,
bullshit?
ho. Shut up.
Dude, you need
Shut the
whatever.
fuck
Get
up,
the fuck out of here, dude.
bitch.
Fuck you. Exactly. You see what I'm talking about? Like, what the fuck? We're talking about fucking Canvas Sandwich. You're coming with this bullshit? Dude, get the fuck out of here. You're another disrespectful asshole, to be real about it. Surfing says, who's this Harpo? Girl, again. Hey, Deslunic, how are you? Anyways, back to the discussion, because that shit wasn't even fucking important. So, like, Kevin was really... Hey, Jackie, how are you? So, this Kevin Samuels person, he had no business telling people how they're leftovers. Like, you're not married. You're not married as well. So it also applies to you. You're a leftover. You're not married. In fact, you're above 35. You're above 35. According to him, if you're a woman, you're above 35, you're unmarried, then you're a leftover. You cannot make this shit up. Drop a link if anyone want to contribute to the conversation. Just catching up, reading the comments. Let's see. Surfing says, I imagine getting dating advice from a man who uses prostitutes. That's what I'm saying. This dude he didn't have a wife, but yet telling you that you're a leftover if you don't get married at a certain age. You cannot make this shit up. I'm so sick of these. You cannot make this shit up. Like, Jackie says, he spent his last days judging people, telling them their value. Wow. Exactly. Like, a lot of these people think they have the answers to everything. Like, I don't even listen to these motherfuckers online that claim they got the answers to everything. They can help you have a successful relationship when they can't even help themselves. They don't live up to the standards. Like, if someone's going to call themselves being a relationship guru, can you please show me an example of your situation? Like, if you're going to tell someone how they should have a successful relationship, can you at least be married or some shit like that? Just saying. Kobe says, no offense, Harley, but this proves you women can dish it out but can't take it. Let's be real. I'm sick of the whole gender war, honestly. If instead of complaining about what the gender does and doesn't do, why won't y'all come up solutions? Like, sitting around complaining instead of working on yourself is not getting anywhere. Like, seriously, like, and you don't need to break someone down off the strength of some just because they're educated and they have a successful career. So because some men are insecure over what a woman has, It's okay to take her up a notch. It's okay to say, "Oh, you're worthless because you don't have you don't have a man. You're not married." Not everyone aspires to be married. Kobe says, "Harley, why whine about women who willingly go on the man's platform to get judged? Those women obviously want to be a part of his platform, obviously, and they're looking for clout, obviously. And that's on them." Okay, Kobe says, "How can you say a man is not effective when he's more effective in getting couples married and together than the people speaking against him?" My thing is this, again, it's lucrative to talk shit about women. It is what it is. But my thing is this: if he wants to help, right? You don't sit over here and tell someone that you're not valuable if you don't get married at a certain age. It's just equivalent of people think like if you say someone is fat, you keep on telling someone that they're fat, they're going to somehow lose weight. No, that's not how it works. You don't think that person knows they're fat? They know. But it's a way of going about things instead of you sitting here saying how you're not valuable because you're not married at a certain age. That's the problem I have. Hey, Celestial, how are you? Okay, this person says, Colby, exactly. Harley, you have to realize that not everyone sees it as talking ish just because the message doesn't hit you the same. Some women take more positive from him than you do. Telling some people they are fat will work. Randy, I'm not talking to you. Get the fuck on. I don't have nothing to say to you. So, anyways, one that went on that platform was broken with low self-esteem. Surfing says those women who went on his platform were broken with a low self-esteem. Attention is a drug, and if you live life being told you're ugly, 5 minutes in the light being called you're ugly isn't biggie. Exactly. Like some of them women just want a man to tell them what to do. They need a man to guide. They need a man to guide them. Me personally, I don't need anyone to guide me, honestly. I don't look for that from anyone, especially on this online shit, because a lot of them people who claim they got all the answers, they're not living by none of the standards that they're placing on others offline. They're not. It's just a way for people to make money and get clout. It is what it is. Now, as far as like fat shaming goes, like, yeah, you should eat healthy. You should eat healthy. You should work out. But check this out though. A person can be quote unquote overweight, right? And still be healthy if they're already working out and eating right. Because there are people who are like skinny, right? But that doesn't mean they're healthy. Real talk. Reading all messages. Surfing says they want to be noticed in life, even if it's negative attention. Exactly. Like every woman don't speak for the next woman. Like there's some women who gravitate towards that, and there's some women who ain't down with that shit. I just have an issue with telling people like they're not valuable if they're not married at a certain age. I have an issue with that. Period. And as far as someone being short or broke, I mean, personally, again, as far as I can't control what anyone's preference are. You can't control your height. You don't have no control of it. As far as your financial situation goes, you can fix that. You can't fix how your height. And people shouldn't have to lower their standards. And that goes for women and men alike. No, like that's problematic what he was putting out. And he was also saying how if a woman wanted a so-called high value man, she would have to accept cheating. No, I don't agree with that. I don't agree with you lowering yourself just to say you got somebody or whatever. I don't agree with that. So yeah. Randy, I'm not going through this right now. You all from what went on, you came in my chat room last time saying how you're going to leave out of the blue when LA was on my panel, okay? Again, go about your business, Randy. I don't have time for this shit. Way more important things to talk about than that. So anyways, dang, so many people typing. I'm trying to keep up with what y'all saying. Okay, Kobe says people sell all the time in life and it doesn't mean you won't be happy, Harley. This is my thing though. If I feel like this, you shouldn't have to settle. Like if you like nobody should be in an unhealthy situation just to say they got somebody. Like I would never encourage anyone to settle. I don't care if you're a woman, I don't care if you're a man. Like you shouldn't have to settle for things you don't have to put up with. So yeah. Okay, Braun Blake says rich men have always cheated, broke men cheat. So a man with more options will cheat more. Don't shoot the messenger. No, it's not about shooting the messenger. That's what men and women alike cheat. Okay. Everyone have the capacity to step out. My thing is this: if you want to sleep around, you should have that conversation with the person you're trying to get with. You shouldn't be out here having this person think that they're in a monogamous relationship with you, yet you want to go out here and step out. Like, if you want to be that person to sleep around, you should have that conversation with the said person. And if they agree to that type of arrangement, hey, that's what y'all agreed on, right? And that's considered open marriage / open relationship. But if that's not something you want, you don't have to deal with it. You don't have to. People need to know what they want off top. And first of all, if you know you're not going to be all the way monogamous in a committed long-term relationship, why even get involved in a relationship unless y'all are in an open relationship? Why would you have that person believe y'all are going to be monogamous when that's clearly not what you want? Brown Lake said Jay-Z, Trump, Elon Musk, Bill Gates, Brad Pitt, Steve Harvey, etc. all cheaters. Yeah, it is what it is. Seriously. So, anyways, in the comments. Turkey says some women just need a man around. Those are weak women. Turkey also says the ones who accept cheating men. Exactly. The thing is, you don't have to put up with that. Just because that's taking place don't mean you have to put up with that. Like, if you know you can't handle someone stepping out, then you don't have to be in that situation. Unless you're going to be in a scenario where you're in an open relationship, or you're just not going to fuck that said person. Like, there's people who choose, hey, I just want to be here for the benefit of the relationship. And they'll put up with certain shit. I mean, that's on you. But I don't like that mentality, like, just because, you know, people step out, like, you have to accept certain shit just to say you got somebody. I don't agree with that. Killshot says it's not even about money or status. It's all about opportunity for most women, whether or not they'll cheat. Yeah, men and women alike have the capacity to step out. Seriously. Surfing says, I pray for his soul, but his platform was toxic. Kobe says, I'm saying some people take good from it and some take bad, but no one has to watch his show, Surfing, but it's dogmatic to speak of what he represents based on what you personally took from it. Kobe says, hardly no one has to deal with anything. He was just saying a lot of women will stay since rich guys are not a dime in a dozen. Yeah, if they feel they're getting something out of it, yeah, some women would stay around for that reason alone. And that's on them. But I just hate that, oh, you have to put up with certain shit just because. No, you don't have to put up with it. I don't like that mentality, like, you have to lower your standards. No. What's up, LA? How are you? So yeah, what I was saying was that also, I just realized now, just reading something here. Just a second. Just reading. Okay. So, okay. Anyways. Oh, never mind. I was trying to see something else. Hold on. Killshot says, bottom line, ain't nothing like new pussy. That's why most men cheat. Yeah. Bottom line. Yep. Again. I mean, this is so. I mean, for honestly, that's a whole nother topic, but we're always gonna find others that we're attracted to, whether we act on it or not. And that goes for men and women. So yeah, anyways, touched on that. So I'm hearing about the whole situation with Roe versus Wade possibly getting overturned. Nothing is finalized yet. Oh, I'm trying to see what you're saying. Okay, Harley, props to you for not blocking people in the chats. No, I don't block. And nope, I'm not sensitive. Nope. So, anyways, yeah, the Roe versus Wade situation. There was a draft opinion saying how they're possibly trying to make it illegal. And if that happens, if that gets overturned, it will be the state's responsibility to what laws they put out in regards to abortion. Like some states will allow abortion, and then there's certain states will have restrictions and have certain exceptions, like if you were raped or dealt with incest and all of that. So yeah, anyways, again, if people want abortion, they're gonna get it some way, somehow. People are gonna cross state lines. They're gonna do what they have to do to get an abortion. And making it illegal is not going to stop anything, period. Abortion pills is a thing. Like the whole trying to control women's bodies is ridiculous. And it's coming from old ass men who think they know a woman's body. Like, no, you don't. And it's all about controlling women or trying to punish them for having sex. That's what it's about. And it's like, where do we draw the line? Okay, after they take away abortion, they're going to go after birth control next. Because at one point, it was considered against the law to get birth control, believe it or not. And even back then, like women had to get permission, especially married women, they had to get permission from their spouse just to get birth control back then. Hey, Emma, how are you? It's good. So yeah, again, women are still gonna get abortions. Deal. We're gonna do what we want with our bodies, and it's nothing you can do about it. We can choose if we want to bring life into this world or not. Real talk. Okay. Poets King said, I support it. I mean, they already control men and say, well, should have gotten her pregnant. Yeah, and it's like, this is my thing. Okay, I'm gonna go there. Like, since you're saying life begins in conception, I tell you what, since we want to go there, hey, once the woman's pregnant, why don't you start paying child support? Hey, even though the baby's not born, why don't you start paying child support? Since we want to go there. Because even these laws they pass, right? In certain states with the restrictions, okay? In certain states, they say, oh, you can't get an abortion after 15 weeks. Most babies, right? They don't survive outside the womb unless it's around 22 weeks or 24 weeks. So they're not even going by science. They're not. Poets came in. I don't like the fact that if you are a victim of abuse, you still have to have the kid. Yeah, like women should have an option to do what they want with their bodies. You want to bring life into this world, you have that right. If you don't want a kid, that's your right as well. That's your body. And at the end of the day, no matter what, because the woman is the one carrying the child, she has the final say so. Period. And nobody should be forced to have a baby that they don't want. No one should force you to not bring life. It's your decision as a woman. And it's just a way for these people to punish women for daring to have sex without thinking about trying to have a baby. This is all it comes down to: control, period. They're in their feelings that women just want to have sex without a baby involved. And that's why they say, oh, this is all, and that's another thing. They're trying to, especially the white community, right? They're trying to up the population. And that's another reason why they're trying to pass these laws. That's all that is. So whatever happens, women still are going to get abortions, whether you like it or not. When it was illegal, women were still getting abortions. I'd rather a woman get an abortion in a safe environment versus dying from it, because I've heard stories back then women used to danger their lives just to get rid of a child. Period. Dark Skin says, if every time a person has sex and they can't get pregnant, they'll be pretty damn picky and choosy too. Because quite frankly, I'm going to be real. If you believe that life begins in conception, then I'm going to go there. You should pay child support even though the baby's not here. And you know, so if you still believe that, then that's, I mean, it is what it is. And certain states are going to still keep their abortion. These red states that want to get rid of abortion, those women in those states are fucked. Okay. And all that's going to do is they're going to take dangerous measures they're going to do what they got to do to get rid of the baby. Okay. And some of these people who can afford it, they're going to go to the state lines and get it done. So you're not stopping no one from getting abortion. I even heard one of the laws in Texas, like if they catch you getting an abortion, a private citizen can sue you. Like, what the fuck? Like, what business is it yours to sue someone for doing what they're doing with their own body? Like, worry about your womb. If you don't want an abortion, you don't have to get one. That's your choice. But I'm all for women making choices for themselves. You want a baby? Have at it. You don't want a baby? That's okay too. That's your body. Kevin Smith says, early men make the rules. Y'all have no say. Old white men make the rules. Soon y'all have to be our servants, and it's in woman nature to follow anyway. Trump is going to run and win. Oh, fuck that guy. He's the reason why we're in this bullshit in the first place. And that's the reason why we're fucked. And these people are sitting over here compromising our fucking reproductive rights. Like, fuck that shit. Shit is crazy. Killshot said, I'm about to open a back room or Russian claim for this law passes first timers half off. And people need to understand, like, there's all types of women getting abortion. Like, there are women who are already mothers that choose to get abortion. Some of them feel like, hey, I can't afford this. I already have other kids to worry about. And they're like, that's what people don't understand. So that's another misconception. There are all types of women getting abortions, including mothers already. Okay. So, reading what y'all saying. Chat's moving fast. I'm trying to catch up with all the comments. So, anyways, yeah, I'll be being a lookout of what happens during that case. But yeah, I'm telling you, if they fucking overturn that shit, they're gonna come after birth control next. And it's just ass backwards. It's like, how can you be against abortion, but yeah, when it take away fucking birth control as well? Like, what the fuck? These people really want people to have babies left and right. Taking away birth control? Come on now, they're gonna come at the birth control next. Like, where we fucking draw the line here? Because it was static. Yeah, I know you're a troll. I know. Of course. So, anyways, news time. Well, the Fast and Furious 10 film is filming currently. So, this director guy named Justin Lin, he directed a couple of those Fast and Furious franchise. He left out abruptly, and reportedly it was over Vin Diesel. And it's like, first The Rock left, and now the fucking director of the movie. So now they need a replacement. They were having creative differences, and so he bounced. And this will be considered the last one after the 11th film, which is just going to be part 2, but it's the end of the film. So yeah. Hey James, how are you? And so I've heard, Dave Chappelle got tackled by some random person. And it was a fake gun, but it had a knife attached. So he got tackled. And from what I heard, this dude, he got misdemeanor or whatever. And as that was taking place, Chris Rock was there, and he's going to say, was that Will Smith? Trying to make light of the situation. But yeah, so another thing that happened in news. Kim Cattrall, also known as Samantha from Sex and the City, she keeps getting asked about joining the Sex and the City show again. Yes, they did bring the show back on HBO Max. And they could have kept that, honestly. Like, leave certain shit behind. So, I mean, I don't even know why they keep asking her about coming back as Samantha. It's like, clearly she doesn't want to come back. Like, respect that. She doesn't want to come back. And she wasn't pleased with how her character was portrayed in the Sex and the City 2 movie. So she's over the character. And Sarah Jessica Parker, she's being petty and saying things like, oh, we don't want her back. And Kim Cattrall said, don't worry, I don't want to come back. It's like Kim Cattrall already made it clear she doesn't want to come back. So it's like equivalent of saying someone is fired when that said person quit. Come on now. Honestly, the first movie, the first Sex and the City was fine, but like they could have left it at that. Seriously. And also in the news, Pete Davidson, supposedly he has initials of Kim Kardashian's name as well as her kids tattooed on his body. Initials. Do I think that's like too much? Too soon? Yeah, like you only known Kim, I don't know, like what, 6 months now? And you don't, I mean, it's too soon to be putting people's kids on your body like that. Seriously, and it's like, bruh, you're doing too much. And he did the same thing when he was with Ariana Grande. Like, he had her tattooed, and then when they broke up, he like covered it up with another tattoo. And I'm just, honestly, people need to not be so quick to like tattoo their people's names on their bodies, because you don't know if you're going to stick with that person for years. And especially it's too soon for you to be putting people's kids on your body. Like, you don't know them kids long enough to be doing that. That's doing too much. Jackie says, I can care less about Kim Ash. She a hoe. Well, you heard what came out recently. Ray J basically broke his silence and said how she's been lying, saying how he leaked the tape when really it was just a business arrangement between him, Kim, and Chris. They all came together and dropped the sex tape for clout. Hey, Freddie, how are you? And she's been playing victim for years. I've been knew years ago, like, yo, you trying to compete with Paris Hilton, because she also had a sex tape. And that's what people did back then. If you want some clout, what you do, you drop a sex tape. So yeah. So yeah, I'm about to get off of here. Hope everyone has a wonderful night. Peace.